Looked like a bottom coming in down here, right? That was, oh geez, way back here, week and a half ago. We ended up getting a long on this in Discord. Turned out to be a really nice trade in there. Everybody, I ended up with I think a 7x. I was up 10x at one point. You know, if it would have went the full target we were looking for, would have ended up being like a 21x. But hey, I'll take a 7x. That's fine with me. All right. This ended up being a bottom. Ended up pushing up, breaking out of resistance here, and making a nice push towards the upside here. Was it about $7.50 the last video we did? Ran up to about 16, roughly 1650. All right. Now the daily RSI on this thing is right near the top here, and you can also see, I mean, if you count waves in here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we were looking for one more push over there. We didn't get it. If you want to join the Discord and come leverage trade with us, sign up for level 3 membership. It's in the description of the video, and that gets you 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start charting, how to look for price targets, all that stuff, and it gets you a link to our Discord. There's also a link for Weeks or BitTunix if you're looking for a leverage trading site. You use both of them, both very good sites. Now, if we take a look here, you can see we got some bearish divergence here on the RSI on the 4-hour. And lower highs coming in here. Right, we had this high here, and then we had a higher high in price and a lower high on the RSI. All right, so looking for a possible corrective structure in here. Let's go in a little bit closer. You know, in this hourly, we were watching this wedge end up breaking down here. Let's get this off here. Alright, and we're going to put a fib on here. And go with right back here. There we go. Yeah, we were looking for this price to come up here. I ended up, I'm not exactly sure where I got stopped out, and it probably still might end up heading up there. The reason I say that, mostly the market moves in waves of 5, right? You have 1, 2, 3, possible 4th pullback and a 5th wave up here. All right, now if this ends up taking out down here about $13.95 and $14, then I would look for a deeper correction in Trump here. But on the 1 hour, you got the RSI down here, just about reset. Got a higher low here on the 1 hour. You can see here you had this high, this low, a lower high, a lower low. Now you got a higher high and a higher low. All right, so it looks like could get a push up here. The 4 hour starting to spin around here. All right, so like I said, if that 14, roughly $14, you know, as long as it doesn't lose that, I'd watch for another push out of Trump here. Definitely looks like it has another wave coming here. Like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This 5th wave, if you measure this out with a fib right here, it's measuring out to around 1794. Right, now if we zoom out on this thing, on a weekly time frame, and look at the overall picture here, you know, could get a pretty nice retracement out of this thing overall as this thing runs back up. I'd imagine for it to come up to the 618 or 702 Fibonacci area. That's where most retracements come to, at least a 50% here. I know this is a pretty newer token, all right, but I would watch for, you know, this will take a while, I would imagine, but back up into this box. I know a lot of people got stuck up here, you know. I had a 31x leverage trade on this. I got it in here somewhere and wrote it up and dumped it, and that was a nice leverage trade. But I'd watch for this thing, eventually work its way back up into these zones. Probably have a 1 push in here, 2, 3, 4. I'll be keeping an eye on this as it works its way up. As long as you keep making higher highs and higher lows here, Trump would definitely, especially with an alt season coming also, keep talking about that. I know I do, because I know it's coming. No doubt about it. All right, it could definitely get back in these zones. We get a full-blown alt season. All right, so keep your eye on this thing. In my opinion, like I said, more than likely one more push to the upside before an ABC comes in here. As long as it holds $14, that line is right through here. All right, that has to hold above that, like 14.14. You'd like to see it hold, but you got the higher high, higher low, and watch for that push up towards. What did I say here? Let's put it on there. Towards 1783. We'll mark this out for the next video. All right. Then after that push, I'd look for an ABC correction to come in before we make any push higher. All right. If it does get rejected here, if it does come back up here and get rejected at 1556, all right, then you'd be looking at an ABC. Then I'd be looking for a pullback down here, but I really don't. I think it's going to push up through here and get this one last push up before it corrects. All right, thank you very much, guys. Hit that like and subscribe. I would appreciate that so very much. Have a great day, and I'll be back to you soon.